Season 14 of Apex Legends is a game changer. Apex Legends is back in full force. We're getting some of the biggest meta changes we've ever seen. From barrel stabilizers being removed, self-res being vanquished, and a brand new reworked Kings Canyon with an updated version of SKULLTOWN, it appears that everything is compounding to give us the best Apex season we have ever had. Respawn is showing us exactly what they have to offer, and I'm pumped. Let's walk through it all. Alright, so first off, we're going to be covering Vantage, the new Apex legend. Now, I'm not going to lie, it's a bit crazy seeing these new legends coming out nowadays. Respawn has really changed their design philosophy, and while I do like it, it's a bit sad looking back at the old ones and seeing how underwhelming their kit is. Regardless, that's besides the point. Looking at this here trailer, we can see that Vantage passive enables you to see player name, equipment quality, and team size. Absolutely huge for info gathering, reminds me a bit of Seer's passive. Next up, we have their tactical. Now, this is the part that I'm most excited for. The easiest way to look at it is a Newcastle ult, I guess. Essentially, you get to deploy this bat. Now, technically, we can only speculate, but I do think it gives you some sort of scan. And along with that, you get the ability to dash to this bat. You get to send them off to a location and then fling yourself towards them. Now, along this flight path, you can double jump, much like an Octane pad. Now, personally, I think this is going to be huge for people that have a playstyle similar to mine. I love playing that off angle with the sniper or a 301 and getting those big beams and flying in to help my team push. And last but not least, to tie in with what I just said, she gets a sniper rifle. Now, obviously, the sniper does a good amount of damage. It has a sniper scope. It has zoom. It has also been speculated that once you attack a target with this sniper rifle, the damage that they take is increased by a specific amount. This amount has not been disclosed yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be pretty strong. Along with that, this ultimate works far differently to other ones. At 100% ult charge, you get 5 bullets. And while that may sound a bit underwhelming, what's really unique about it is every 20% you get 1 shot. So let's say you land off drop, you start fighting, you stall out a bit, you get to 20%, you can pull out your ultimate and fire a single bullet. Personally, I think that sounds freaking crazy, but I'm really excited to utilize that ult and go for some cool little montages with the sniper. Also, something else that I realized about Vantage's ultimate is that it actually highlights the targets after you hit them with the sniper rifle. Here's a look at what that looks like, and moving on. Next up, one of the biggest changes that we're getting for the weapon meta, pistols and SMGs are now getting laser sights. Now, this is what I was talking about in the intro. Barrel stabilizer is being removed for those weapons. Not all weapons, just the ones that I listed. The way this is going to work is it's going to make a visible laser when you pull out the weapon with the laser sight equipped, and it's going to reduce your hipfire spread. So with this being the case now, SMGs are going to be really strong, and I know you controller players are really pumped to hear that. Now, a lovely little change that I most definitely do not mind is that the level cap has been increased. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's up at like 2,000 now. The way that's going to work is you're going to reach level 500, and then you're going to prestige from there, a lot like in Titanfall 2, or Call of Duty if that's where you come from. Essentially, you'll hit level 500, and then you'll start over at 1 again, and go back up to 500. I don't know how many times you can prestige, and I don't even know if the level 2,000 is accurate, but it's what I heard, so we'll take it. This is going to open you up to getting more Apex packs, and having an incentive to play the game beyond the level 500 level cap. And while it sounds dumb, you play a game to have fun, but it never really hurts to have something to strive for along with that. And yes, in case you were wondering, now you will get a guaranteed minimum of, I think it's 544 Apex packs with leveling. And what that means is, as a free player, you will be guaranteed an heirloom by the end of your leveling journey, which is awesome. Super excited for you free players out there. A really amazing change I'm beyond excited to see as a ranked player is the removal of self-res. I know people feel very strongly about it, and there's a good amount of people who think it should stay, but for me, I'm over it. I think it leads to some very cheesy end games and some undeserved wins or placements. So what they're doing with that is they're moving the gold bag res to the knockdown shield to still give it some value, and now the gold bag is going to make it so you can carry more big heals. So now instead of 1 Phoenix, you get 2 bats goes to 3, 2 medkits go to 3 medkits. Personally, I think it's going to be a huge move. It's going to open up your option towards carrying more nades and maybe sneaking in some more ammo if you'd like. Next up, we're going to talk about ammo changes. There are 2 major ammo changes within the loot pool. First off, the Spitfire is now a light weapon. Personally, I think that's a good move just to balance out the loot pool a little bit, but you guys are more than welcome to have your own opinion about that. As for the bigger of the 2 changes, the Wingman is now a sniper. Now, don't worry, it's not going to just turn into this massive gun with sniper optics. That's not really how this is going to work. The main reason this is being done is to reduce the ammo it can hold. Before, 2 stacks of ammo would grant you 120 shots for the Wingman, and frankly, that was very oppressive and needed to be addressed. But now, with sniper ammo stacks capping out at 24 bullets, 2 stacks will only grant you 48 ammo. So rather than changing the Wingman's numbers, they're go ahead and tackling it through a different avenue, and I approve of it greatly. I think more weapons need these weird out-of-the-way balance changes because the weapons themselves aren't the problem. It's typically other things that end up compounding to make a big issue. Next up, one of my favorite changes, the G7 and the Volt are coming out of the care package, 2 of my favorite weapons of all time, and in place are going in the Rampage and the Bowjack. Well, it's a bit sad to see them go. I do understand why they're doing it. The Rampage has always been a bit annoying, especially because you have to balance it around the gimmick of charging it up. And the Bow, you can go either way on how you feel about it, but but it's the only weapon of that ammo type, so it makes sense. Next up, we're going to cover the hop-ups for the season. Skull Piercer is back, and god am I happy to hear that. I've always loved hitting headshots in Apex, but recently they've kind of gone down in value because of some changes that they made to the numbers. This is going to be going on both the longbow and the wingman, as we're used to in the past, but also the 30-30 repeater. This is the change that I'm most eager to see how it plays out. The 30-30, in my opinion, has always been in a weird place, so I think this might be the boost that it needs, especially now that it has to compete with the G7 on the ground again. Also, the double tap hop-up is coming back for both the EVA and the G7 Scout, so super pumped to see that again, even if I'm terrified. Next up, the EVA is going to be changed a little bit. I think they're going to be going for a more bursty approach with it, rather than a low but consistent amount of damage. So double tap is back, so that's going to be good obviously, but they're increasing the fire rate with bolts at all stages. Personally, I think this could end up going really badly depending on how they balance it, but we're going to have to wait and see. Last but not least, I don't have a lot of pictures or videos of these changes, but they are opening up King's Canyon. I'm more than happy to see this. Anything to try and address a third-party issue that happens on that map and the loot issue that happens on the map is more than welcome. From what I hear, they're adjusting the center bit of the map a lot. They're opening up a lot of the caves, changing a lot of the extremely powerful positions you can hold on height, such as cage, and obviously the addition of SKULLTOWN is going to make more loot towards different parts of the map and open up the play space in general. So once again, very, very excited to see that. So like I said, I'm beyond pumped for this season. This is the most excited, most hyped I have ever been about Apex Legends in the 3 or 4 years I've been playing. Let me know down below what you guys are looking forward to, as I am curious. I always like differing opinions, so if you think one of the changes is bad or weird or just disagree with me in general, please let me know, because I love to talk about things and see them from a different light. Anyways, peace, enjoy.